Okay, good morning. My name is George Vanetis with Main Street, Oakland County, and welcome to another Main Street Connected series, digital marketing workshop on search to sales, boosting your business with Google and AI. And before I introduce the speaker, I ask that you put all your questions in the chat, and I will moderate the questions a few times during the presentation. And then I will read the question to our speaker. And yes, this presentation will be recorded and sent out to everybody that has registered. So today we're excited to welcome back for the fourth time this year, Janet Hurn, CEO and owner of Future Ready Consulting from Cincinnati, Ohio. Um, she's a digital marketing expert who will guide us through optimizing your Google business profile and using AI as your behind the scenes assistant to plan and streamline your marketing efforts. With years of experience in helping over 1,000 business owners grow online as a certified Google digital coach, she brings practical insights and digital strategies that can apply right away to your business to boost your sales. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to Janet Hurn.
Hey, everybody. Thank you, George. Appreciate it.
Mhm.
Good to see everybody here this morning. I hear we're breaking records and we had over 170 people register for this. So way to go. Thank you. Thank you for everybody giving me encouragement here. I would love for people to put in the chat your business, what business you own, and maybe just a brief, if we're not going to tell from the title, maybe what that business is. I would love that. And where you're from, if you're not from Oakland County, if you're from elsewhere, throw it in there or throw the community you're with. I'd love that. So just throw that in the chat. And I would love that. Here we
Okay,
go.
and Janet, one thing to make sure that uh, your screen, you're on the big screen. I see everybody now in the chat. So when you put your first slide on, make sure it's the full
Yep.
screen. Yep.
Yep. I will do that. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Good to see everybody this morning. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, got some people I know from our other trainings. Thank you for coming back. Appreciate you very much. All right. So let me share my slides. As in any small business and in any presentation, there are times when you have to pivot. So this morning, that is one of those times. If any of you've got any applications you use on Cloudflare, Cloudflare is down this morning and Cloudflare runs Canva. So I am going to be winging this a bit and I hope you'll go with me on this. So it will be an excellent presentation and we will send out the complete slide deck I had for the presentation along with the recording so that you guys will have that. All right, so this morning we're talking about how to use AI to market your business, especially particularly with Google. I am a Grow with Google partner, and we are going to mainly talk about Google Business Profile because if any of you out there don't have a Google Business Profile, I'm going to show you how to get that up and running quickly and use AI to optimize it. If you do have a Google Business Profile, I'm going to show you how to optimize that as well using AI. And then we're going to talk a little bit about AEO, SEO, and GEO, which is the new thing. So we'll talk about that. So again, put your questions in the chat, and George will stop occasionally for that. So let's get going. All right. As he said, my name is Janet Hurn. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Future Ready Consulting. And we work with small businesses as well as educational institutions to work on their digital marketing, their digital tech stack, all of those things. So I hope that if any of you are in need of that, you let me know. At the end, I'm going to talk about a community that we started that you can join for free. And some of you are on that, and I love that. You can contact me at janet@futurereadyconsulting.org, and that is our website as well. So thank you for having me this morning. Appreciate you. All right. This is not the agenda I had planned, but this is part of the agenda now. what is Google Business Profile? We're going to talk about that and why we should even care, how to create a Google Business Profile, and how to manage that moving forward. So let's talk a little bit about what a Google Business Profile is and why we should even care. Like it or not, Google is the #1 search engine. YouTube is the second search engine, top search engine. And so it matters what you have on Google. Google Business Profile is a free application to allow you to put your business information out there and connect with people outside of your local downtown area or visitors that are passing through. So what that allows you to do is chat with them. You can book through Google Business Profile. You can call your business through Google Business Profile. You can find you on maps and get directions. You can go to your website. You can chat with customers through reviews, that back and forth dialogue. So all of that is possible through Google Business Profile, and it's why it's important. If you've ever gone anywhere locally or elsewhere, and you have said, hey, best restaurant near me. Oh gosh, I don't know. Pet grooming near me, boutique near me. Any of those near me's, Google Business Profile is what comes up. And that's why it's essential that you have that optimized and set up for you. All right, let's keep going. And if this is too fast for you to follow, no problem. It's going to be recorded. You can turn it on and walk through setting this up for yourself and pause in the different areas. What's eligible for a Google Business Profile? Brick and mortar stores as well as service area stores. I'm on Google Business Profile and I run my business through my home. So I'm on there. I don't have my address on there, but I have my service area on there. So you can run it that way if you don't have a brick and mortar location. A lot of people think if I don't have that, I can't have it. But certainly you can. You absolutely can. You can get your address published, or you can have a service area as seen on the right-hand side of the slide. And I think that's something people don't realize. So what's all on a Google Business Profile? You have the name of the business. In this case, as we run through these examples, we're using Detroit Voltage. It's an electric company. You have photos and videos. You have reviews. You have quick links that people can call, get directions, share with someone else, or go to your website. You can also chat now. You can book as well. You have the location or service area of your business, a phone number to call directly or jot down for later. You have hours when that business is open. All that packed in a nice small area. And you are hoping that that is what pops up when someone searches for your type of business. And we're going to show you how to make sure that happens. 18 million American businesses use Google's free tools to get calls, bookings, reviews, etc., and connect to their customers. 18 million businesses. And the communities that use Google Business Profile, Google has data that those are economically more viable than the areas that are not using Google Business Profile. That's why they sent a bunch of us out a couple years ago to train 1,000 businesses in Ohio and 9 other states to be sure that everyone has their Google Business Profile set up. So if you don't, I'm telling you, this could make a huge change to your business. I'm going to tell a story about one of my clients, a bail bonds client whose business was about to shut down. We got them set up on their Google Business Profile, and now it's totally turned the other way and is starting to build again. So this is a critical piece of your marketing, and it's free. We love free. 2023, there were 2 billion free direct connections for American businesses. Now, those connections could be phone, directions, website, but 2 billion with a B. And this is how you would appear on maps. If you're not familiar, your address is on there, your business, people click on that, and then they get the whole detail just like they did in search. So it's on maps and search. And we all know Google Maps is one of the key map products that people use to find directions and find activities to do near them. The other beauty is that we have, it works on desktops, laptops, tablets, and mobile phones. So you can use it on any device. People can be driving. They can use it on their cell phone. They can use it on their tablet. They can use it on their computer. So you definitely want to be part of the system. Just recently, if you've seen, Google has released a new shopping situation where you can search for your Christmas gifts using Gemini, which is connected to Google, and you can search for gifts for people by describing what they like and their gifts. It pops up choices and you can buy directly through Google. This has been going on for about 2 years. I was telling people they need to be ready for this. So if you have product, you can use your POS system and connect to Google, and we'll talk about it in a second. If you connect your POS system, you can actually sell online with Google, or if you don't want to sell online, at least you show you have that product and people can drive to you to come purchase that. And this is when it's going to be the most important, when they're bringing this out in AI to do shopping, and the people that are ready are going to benefit from it. So we're going to get you ready. And they're bringing it out for the holidays, for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So, all right, let me stop there. Is there any questions yet, George, that we want to address? George, you're on mute if you're speaking.
Yeah, just one little question here. I think it was from one of the participants. We opened a restaurant at our golf course. It's open year round, but the course is closed. It has one address with it hurt. If I switched the restaurant, oh, I'm sorry, that came in. That must have been personal. I'm sorry, it's no longer there. Or I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I can address that. If
Yeah.
if you have like 2 businesses on the same address, or we want to feature the restaurant, send me an email. On that email, I said janet@futurereadyconsulting.org. That's a special situation, but I do want to see that your restaurant gets up there so that it's open all the time. And that may be what you want to focus the profile on, and then add the golf in, and call that seasonal. But go ahead and contact me with an email, and we'll see if we can get that optimized for you. But that is a great question. The other thing that happens is you take over a business that was owned by someone else, and you got to get that switched. So the best thing to do is contact that person and see what email the profile was under. But if you can't do that, then let me know, because being a Grow with Google partner, we do have access to Google. They can help us out with some of these profile situations. So just drop me a line and we'll see if we can get that fixed. Anything else, George?
Okay, one real quick. What if you work from home,
Yep.
but don't necessarily want your home address out there on Google? What are your thoughts on that, Janet?
Yeah, that's my very situation. I work from home and I do not want my address out there. In some cases, I think it's already gotten out there, but it's not on Google. So you can do a service area. So when you start filling it out, they ask you for a mailing address, but then they ask if you'd rather have a service area so that you do not show your personal address. So that's how you'd handle that. You do a service area, and we're actually going to go through that use case in 1 second.
Okay. Okay, we're ready to move on.
Awesome. All right. Let's go. All right. If you have never filled a Google business profile out, you want to go to google.com/business. You can also start it from the maps, but this is my favorite way to do it. So you would go there and just start walking through what it tells you to do. Now, you want to be sure that you're logged in with your Gmail that you want to use for the profile. So, for example, some people don't have a Gmail account. You would need to create one to use Google Business Profile. Make one as kind of associates with the business or whatever. And some of us have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Google business or Google logins. Make sure you jot down the Gmail account you're using, because that's the one you need to set this up. Once it's set up, you can add your other Google accounts as managers in case you forget which one you did. But you definitely have to sign in with your Google account before you get started and make sure that's the one you want to use to set this up originally. All right. That's where people go wrong, is they forget which Google account or they don't sign in before they start working on it. All right, so simple start. You start your business profile by typing the business as you want it to appear on Google. It does not have to be your official business name. It can be the name that you want people to find. So this company could be Detroit Voltage LLC, blah, blah, blah. You just want to put Detroit Voltage. It may appear for you in a drop-down list if Google already is aware that you have a business at that address. And then you want to enter the category. Keep in mind, you can always change these things. These aren't set in stone. You can change them later on. So if you do make a mistake, no harm, no foul. If you have a brick and mortar, you click yes, I have a location that I want people to visit. If you have goods or services that you deliver, or you just plain have digital business and you work out of your home, then you would say, no, I do not want to add a location customers can visit. That's where that case that you described, George, comes in right there. You want to do the complete and official street address of your business, including suite numbers, floors, building numbers, all of that. People forget that sometimes. And then you conflict with another business profile that may be out there if your building has multiple businesses. Then this is where you can add a service area. Do you provide deliveries or home and office visits? Add the areas you serve. So we added Cincinnati. We serve clients all over the country, but we added Cincinnati so it would at least pop in the Cincinnati area if people are looking for our services. Then you have the option of putting a phone number and a website. If you have a phone number that can be text enabled, I would use that. I would not necessarily use your cell phone number. Some people, they like to have that out there and that is their business number. But if I were you, I would go and get a new number or a Google number or Trilio number that you can use so that your cell phone is not the one that appears here, and just forward everything from that number to your cell phone. And you can put your website URL if you have one. If you don't, that's okay. This can act almost as well as a website. If you're trying to decide, should I go pay somebody $5,000 to set up a website, or should I just do a Google business profile for free? Do the Google business profile first. You can always add a website later, but this is the one that will appear in local searches. And then you have to verify. Google is very particular about verification because they don't want someone else putting crazy stuff on your business profile and vice versa. So you have to be verified. In the past, they've used phone, text, email, video, or a postcard. If you get phone, text, or email, that's fantastic. That's super easy. But 9 times out of 10 now, what I'm seeing is they have a video verification. The video verification is a little tricky, but it's not impossible. You have to log in on your phone to your profile. You have to start the video. It needs to be less than a minute. It needs to be very precise. They tell you what you need to do. They give you a whole list. They say, show the street, show the sign in front of your building, show yourself unlocking the lock, and then go in and give a tour, a quick tour showing even private areas that only you would have access to. If it's your home, they will not ask you to do that. They will ask you to show verification through business cards or through some other signage or some other way. They don't expect you to give a tour of your home. So be patient with that, but don't decide you're not doing that. This is the only way to get it to show up in search. on a consistent basis and allow that no one else can claim your business. So you do want to do a verification. If you have trouble with this step, let me know. I've helped people through this as well. But it's basically set up an hour, look at the checklist, have somebody help you by videoing you running around doing the parts, because a minute's pretty fast when you have to show all these things. But it can be done. And once you do it, you're good to go. So make sure you verify. You do need to often put a mailing address in to verify your business. So don't be afraid to do that. They will not share it out. So verifying can take up to 14 days. Sometimes it's an hour. Sometimes it's 5 days. 14 days is pretty long these days. It's pretty quick. But in the meantime, work on your profile, and then they'll show everything you've worked on once you get verified. And this is what the little control panel looks like, and we're going to go through that. But once you're verified, that's what you see, and that's what you work on. You can do this on your phone, your computer, tablet, whatever you would like to do it on. You can add your business by searching for your address. You can add your business by clicking your 3-line menu, and you can add your business by right-clicking on the map. So these are other ways you can go through the prompts to verify your business profile on maps.google.com. All right, George, what do we got now? George,
Okay,
yeah,
yep,
there we go.
I got it. Yep. Quick question here. Ever since I set up Google Biz, I've been getting 3 to 4 robocalls at all times of the day through Google Voice. I have a spam filter turned on. So any comments on that?
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Once you're out in Google, I mean, the only way for people to find you and buy from you is to be out on the internet. But once you're out on the internet, there's all kinds of bots and things that are searching and trying to bug you. You'll probably get a call from someone that says they can manage your business profile or help you set it up for a couple $100. You don't need to do that. Now, I've had people pay me to set up their profile for, like, if they really don't have time or don't want to mess with it, then I am happy to set it up and optimize it. But you can do this. These callers who say they're going to come and help you and really go gangbusters with your profile, they're not legit, and they often say they're from Google. Google will never call you and offer to work on your profile for a fee. Google will not do that. So if they say they're from Google, they're not. So watch that. I get spam a lot too. The spam filters are getting better and better. There's a lot of rules. Make sure you report those spam calls, because then they get shut down. The rules now for SMS and robocalling are getting stricter and stricter. So be sure to report it and they will get shut down. But I think it's worth some of those calls to be able to just use that for your business being out there. I think it's really important.
Okay, another couple questions here. Currently, my location photo shows an ugly back alley picture. How do I, how to change it to a front door picture?
Yeah, so if you control that Google business profile, you can put whatever pictures you want on there. So that's up to you. If you do not control that profile, you're going to have to find out who does and get that picture changed. But you should be able to change that, especially for the front door pic, and Google likes that better. If somebody's posted that picture for you on their own, you're just going to have to get your pictures up there and kind of stuff that down in the line. Get 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures up of your business, of you working on your business, of social media stuff, and that'll stuff that picture down. But you should be able to change it if you control that profile.
Okay. Great. One more question. I know you're focusing on verifying Google profile But I have a related question about getting verified on LinkedIn. LinkedIn requires scanning of a QR code to access the verification procedure. So my laptop and phone don't have the capability to scan QR codes. How can I still get verified?
I'm not as familiar with the LinkedIn verification, but if there's a QR code on a page, it should tell you the link that it's going to. QR codes generally are linked to an internet address. So if they're good about it, they put the QR code in the link below. So you should be able to click on that.
Okay.
If not, then I would see maybe your phone. Most phones are able to handle QR codes, or you can download an app that'll handle the QR code if your camera doesn't. Or ask a friend over and see if they can use their phone so that you can finish the process. But there should be a link associated with that QR code.
Okay. All right. Ready to move on.
All right. All right. And again, apologies about the slides that are not the ones I planned, but they're pretty, I had some of these in there, so that's okay. I'm going to check them again in here in a minute once we get through this. All right. Now, management. When you're done setting up, when you're done verifying, now you got to manage your profile. Don't take this lightly. I encourage all of you right now to set aside 15 minutes a month, 15 minutes every other week. Put it on your calendar as an ongoing appointment and sit down and just make sure everything's right on your profile. Make sure you have new pictures on your profile. Make sure that you everything's up to date. And because Google will see that if you haven't touched your profile in 3 years, they're not going to serve that up first. They're going to serve somebody else's up ahead of you. So you definitely want to manage this, or find somebody in your business that likes this kind of thing, and you can assign them a manager, and I'll show you how to do that. So this is your kind of console right here. You want to always shoot that you have a green circle there in the upper right so that it says your profile looks good. If not, you can click on that and it'll tell you why you don't have a green circle, and you can work on that. But this allows you to edit, read reviews, do photos, look at performance, advertise, edit products, edit services, bookings, all the things right from this console. If you don't see this, if you don't see this come up, then you're not logged in with the correct Gmail to manage this profile. All right, so let's talk about it. So you're going to do business name again. You can check that. Your business category, you can switch it if you don't like what you picked the first time. There's a description. We'll come back to that in a minute. Phone numbers, website, social media profiles, and more. So we want to add all these things in. Let me see the next slide. I might go back to this one. Okay, here we go. Google has now incorporated AI to help you with your description, because businesses had trouble writing their descriptions. It's hard to talk about your business sometimes. It has a tool built in to suggest a description for your business. You don't have to use it. You can have it suggest and then you can edit it, or you can go out to another AI tool like the ones we've talked about previously, ChatGPT, Claude, and ask it to write your profile. So the more it knows about your business, the better the profile. If you haven't used the other chat services, then go ahead and let this one suggest a description. So here it's suggested: discovered Detroit voltage, trusted electrical service providers in the heart of Detroit. Established since 2016, our team of experienced and licensed electricians. So people are going to search for licensed electricians near me. She got the word license in her business description. It ensures every job is handled with attention to detail and safety. That's another key word you want in there. You can rely on us for all your residential and commercial needs. Right there, if I say commercial electrician near me, I'm going to get her. Residential electrician near me, I'm going to get her. So you want to think about what kind of search is somebody going to do for my business and products? Right now we have licensed, residential, commercial in the description. So if somebody searches for that, they're likely to get her. Electrical repairs and installations to rewiring. So again, electrical repair near me, electrical installation near me. All of those will come up because she's included those critical words in her description. With Detroit Voltage, your electrical needs are not just met, but exceeded. So you get 750 characters to describe your business. And you want to think about these keywords. So in a minute, we'll switch over to ChatGPT and we'll run one of these so that you can see how you can also do that in ChatGPT. If you've taken one of our other workshops and you've set up your profile in ChatGPT with your business, it may be better to go over there because it knows more about your business than Google does. So it should be there. George, I did see this question come by and they don't see a suggest description. That is weird. So then I would go out to one of the other AI tools to get that. It's better to stick around the 750 words if it's too short. Google doesn't take you as seriously and you don't have enough keywords in there. If it's exceeded, they will cut it off, I think.
Yeah, and the other one, Janet, real quick, was all of my profiles show a yellow circle, but when I click on it to complete it, it only gives me the option to start a trial for Google Business Suite. Should I ignore the yellow circle? Since
A trial for Google Suite.
since there's nothing else for
weird.
me to complete, or do
Yeah,
I
if there's
need to
nothing
do more
else,
digging?
then
Yeah,
no, I think that's weird though. It should have
yeah,
something missing there.
right.
No, I would just I think you're okay. That is I've not heard that, but maybe that's Google trying to sell stuff to you, but you're good.
Okay,
Thanks, George.
all right.
All right. How to stand out with attributes. So again, we're going to go back to that description piece in a minute. We're going to swing over to ChatGPT, but let's keep going with my backup slide deck here. It's always good to have some attributes that you think that you're proud of and that people will be searching for. So here's some of the attributes you can click. Veteran owned, woman owned, Asian owned, all of these you can turn on for the ones that apply to you because people want to support the businesses of the things they care about. So that will help you out. You don't have to. Even if you're women owned, you don't have to do it, but it gives you the opportunity to stand out with some attributes if you're interested in that. All right, photos and videos. This gives you the guide for photos and videos, JPEG or PNG. They don't want them too big, so you got to make sure you don't have super high res photos that are over 5 meg. You have to have them bigger than 250 by 250. So sometimes people can't figure out why their picture's not going up in there. It's because it's too small. Videos need to be 30 seconds max, 75 meg for that size, and 720 minimum. So you can do 720 or 1080p. On that, most of your phones will cover that. So in the photo area, you have a photo of your business, you have a logo opportunity, and you have a cover photo opportunity. I noticed that if I don't have a cover photo, it does downgrade your green circle. So make sure you find a cover photo that you like. You can produce that in Canva if you want to put some words or anything on it, if Canva's up. Upload your logo, and then a photo can either be the outside of the business. I think there's a separate outside of the business photo though, or it can be inside so people can get an idea of what they're going to expect when they come in the store. Make this inviting, make this well lit, make this happy. And then videos are great to do like a pan tour through your business. You can do a video of new product unboxings. You can do videos of you can have your what I have some of my clients have done. They have younger like high school and college age employees, like ice cream stores, things like that. You can have them do some little skits or different things for 30 seconds and upload that into your Google Business Profile. Those are fun. Anything that will attract attention to your profile and make people want to come see you. Photo tips, make sure you're focused and well lit. Highlight features and brands that you showcase. So if you have a boutique that has a brand that nobody else carries, focus on that. Make sure you put a logo and a cover photo in, and avoid phone stuffing. So don't just keep stuffing lots of pictures in there that people are going to miss the ones you already put. Just put, one a week up. Anytime I post on social, I cross post over to Google Business Profile. Now you may look at this and go, well, these aren't very flattering pictures. Well, if I am looking for someone who can do large spaces, an industrial type or commercial type application, this photo would attract my attention. And I would say, oh, wait, this is some serious lighting in this space. Maybe I do want this company. So they're showcasing different types of work that they do, and that's what you want to do. I know some land clearing businesses that just show drone shots of the land being cleared, rapid fire. People like that before and after. They say, well, if they can do that for them, I want them to do that for me. So the photos really help. The videos really, really help. All right. Do we have any more questions at the moment? Oh, I see that we did have the, once you hovered on the description, then you got the edit symbol. That's awesome.
Right, right. For your description, is it better or worse to use the 750 characters?
I would be close to that. I would be close to, I would probably do 650 to 750, 600 to 750. You want to get as many keywords in there as you can, and those keywords are what people are searching for. That's what the keywords are, or key phrases. So again, this one had industrial, commercial, safety, licensed. So any of those words that somebody may look for, if you carry a brand and you're the only one for 100 miles, you might be able to stick that brand in there.
Okay.
So we can
Yeah.
do that.
Another quick one. There was one on, can a photo be a logo? Is that possible? Or would you recommend it?
I would recommend the logo. It could be a photo of the logo or
Okay.
of a sign potentially, but I would stick with a logo in the logo section.
Okay, good. And last question here. I was on the phone, so oh, you did that one. So I couldn't hover, but I'm sorry. I was on the phone, so couldn't hover, but went out to ChatGPT to create it. That must be a response to somebody else. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
I think we're good. Good. We'll move on.
All right, cool. All right, posting. A lot of people think they create their profile and they do it and they're done. See ya. No more. Don't need to do it anymore. So that's not true. You want to add updates, and that's why I said schedule 15 minutes once a month or every other week that you're going to update a couple new photos, or what I do in my social media platform, I can schedule posts to Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and I can also schedule posts to Google Business Profile. So I just push my socials to Google Business Profile. So I would bet that if you go look at my profile, you will see this presentation advertised on Google Business Profile. So to do it directly in Google, you want to add an update. And for example, this is a timely update. Trying to beat the Detroit heat, call today for free estimates. Then they have that and a ceiling fan image. So now we have a timely thing. If I'm hot and I'm like, oh, how can I cool down? I may search that and I see this saying they can do a ceiling fan and think that's actually not a bad idea. And they added a button for call now, which will link to your phone number, but you don't have to do that. There's different CTAs, call to actions, that you can add. And you post that just like on social media. So that's one thing you can do for timely posts. But you can do also, in addition to updates, you can do offers. So maybe you're having a discount, maybe you have Black Friday, Cyber Monday, shop local type of offers you want to present. So go ahead and present that. You can use a picture. It looks just like, should look just like social. And so that's the kind of thing you want to post when it's timely. Google wants to see that you are taking care of your profile. Events, these are great. If you're going to have an event, throw it in there under the events category. If Oakland Main Streets is having an event, if that gets some, if you have some logo or some picture for that event, throw that up. And if a bunch of you are all putting that in your events, then that is going to really hit Google when people search for things to do this weekend or holiday events near me. All of yours are going to pop off because you've all put that in there. And so that is really powerful when you all start using some of your local announcements for events all on your Google profile pages. So that's a great way to really push that forward and use that. So updates, offers, and events. That's the kind of thing you want to be posting once a week, once a month, no less than once a month. So that's a great way to do that. Google, my Google phone was suggesting things for me right now. Sorry, I didn't need. All right, so local events and deals may appear in nearby events and deals. So look at that. They can grab a bunch of your posts and events and they can put it in nearby events. So that's really cool. So more that Google evolves and starts putting aggregated shopping, aggregated event posting, you want that Google business profile to be up to date so you can take advantage of that. This is new and super exciting. If you have a restaurant, you can take a picture of your menu and then Google will take that information and create a digital menu that you can post under your Google business profile. This is super cool. And it shows exactly how it does it right here. So you get the menu and it generates the menu for you online. And so now when people find your restaurant, they can hit menu and they actually see the menu and not just a picture of the menu. Now, if you have a menu that evolves and changes seasonally, you're going to want to make sure you go in and change that. But I think this is a really cool addition with AI that they have for that. So that's exciting. I do not know why this is on here. There we go. So this is how AI can create your menu. You can select photos, generate a menu, it scans it, and then you can review your menu and you can edit it if needed. So very cool new feature. All right. So that was all under edit profile. This is under read reviews. So you want to respond to reviews as quickly as possible. If you got review that day, you should try to respond to that review by the evening. There are applications that will use AI to respond for you, or you can respond, but Google likes it when the business owner responds to reviews. This is a hot topic. Once you are verified, you can respond to reviews. The question in these trainings I always get is, what if someone is not nice to me in my review? So what you want to do is you always want to be professional, polite, and respond promptly. If someone criticizes your place or your service or whatever, you want to respond politely and push them offline. Say, let's resolve this issue privately as the example shows. Let's take this offline. I would love to help you out. I'm sorry your experience wasn't up to your satisfaction. Something like that. Because if you have a bunch of good reviews and then just a couple of poorer reviews, the fact that you took the time to respond to that person and say, I want to figure this out and resolve this, that shows other people reading the reviews that you care and that you're interested in resolving it, and it's probably a one-off. So you want to just go ahead and Be sure that you respond and that you try to move it offline. Don't argue with someone in the review section. You want to make sure you ask for reviews. So you want to share your link. You can say, you can find this in your profile. You can copy that link. You can create a QR code. You can send it out in emails. You can put a QR code in cards around your business. You can put a QR code on your receipts so that people can then come and leave you a review. You want to ask. It's not terrible to ask. People want to leave you a review. They just don't remember to do it. If you get a review that is negative and that potentially I've had clients tell me the person that wasn't even in their restaurant or store or showed an item that was broken that they don't even sell, you can flag that at this address. They will not remove negative reviews unless it's a violation of their policies, which would be like if it's hostile, threatening. You could argue that you don't even sell the item, things like that. It never hurts to try. I will tell you the first go around though that looks at these, when you want to dispute a review is AI. So it's always good if it turns you down to go back because then a human reviews it. Again, if this is something that you're having trouble with, please feel free to write me. And we can see if we can get it resolved for you. I have helped people resolve policy violating reviews. Again, a negative review you can't get rid of, but the more reviews you get, waters down those negative reviews. So you definitely want to spend time getting reviews. You can look at the performance report. I'm going to kind of zip through this a little bit. You always want to check the performance to see how your business profile is performing. You can look at bookings, directions, and website clicks and calls. The 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner are critical. So you can do your settings, notifications. You want to have notifications turned on so that you know when people are leaving reviews and stuff. You can add another profile. So if you have multiple locations, you can add all the locations. You can get support, feedback, and all of that. Under the settings here, you can add a manager or 2 or 3. So this is where I would add all of your Google emails so you don't have to remember which one it's under. And you can add managers. So if you do want to pay someone or ask someone to help you keep your Google business profile current, they can be added under here. If you have a teenager in the house that loves to do social media, then let them manage your profile. And so you can set levels of management in there and have people help you out with that, which is really nice. All right, next steps. You want to make sure you claim or complete your business profile. Then you want to verify it. And then while you're waiting, you want to go through and fill it out, add some pictures, add some menus, add all the things. And then when it becomes verified, all of that will then appear live out on your profile. We already talked about this. Make sure you have a habit or schedule of updating your profile. You want info, photos, businesses, videos, and posts. And you always want to look at your performance to see if did you have a rise in performance when you made a special offer or when you had an event. Then you want to go ahead and do more of that if it worked. All right, I'm not going to go through the resources. So what other questions do we have, George?
A couple quick questions, Janet. If you're a home care service agency, what photos would you suggest that they use?
That's a great question. So depending upon who you're caring for and how they feel about it, you could either feature a client and you helping them. If that is in violation, you don't feel that's good, right? You could set something up. You could do a setup where you're helping someone, but it's not a real client. To show the ways in which you assist and help, make it real. There are stock photos out there as well of caring that you could put in there. People love behind the scenes. So maybe you're getting ready to go care for someone and you can show how you have a you're loading up your care pack or you're loading up snacks, or if you have special things that you do for people that help you stand out, maybe you are really good at meal prep for them or healthy, whatever it is. I'm just making stuff up here.
Okay.
Show that behind the scenes and show how you would do that and feature that.
Okay, good. If you have multiple business profiles, can you do a one post update that hits all of those profiles?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
I do not believe so. I think you'll have to do it on each
one
one, but
by
it
one.
should be fairly quick unless you have an aggregator. So my SaaS software does aggregate. You can run your social media and it will aggregate all of them. So I post once and it goes out to Instagram and all my profiles and all of that. But if you're in the Google Profile Manager itself, you'll have to do each one, I believe.
Okay. Another question here, Janet. Does Google send a review alert to Gmail only?
Oh, you could have it. I think it can text you. You'll have to
Okay.
set up your notifications for that.
So if
Um,
you want it on text, you could do that as opposed to
I
email.
believe so. And
Okay, good.
then I won't swear to that. And you could add another email. I don't know if it allows you to add another email besides your Gmail, or you can have your Gmail forward to your regular email account. Just set up a forward that everything that comes into that Gmail codes to your regular email.
Okay. Another question here, real quick. How do you address a review when there was only one star? How would you suggest responding to that one?
Yeah, so that's the case where if it's a complaint about a service or a complaint about the food or a complaint about the product, that's where you want to say something about, um, I understand that you're not satisfied with your service, product, whatever. I would love to discuss how we could make it right. Contact me offline on my email and we'll discuss it. 9 times out of 10, they won't contact you. But by saying that, you're showing the rest of the people looking at your reviews that you care and you're interested in making it right. And that pretty much negates that 1-star review. And then you want
Okay,
to get a lot more reviews to stuff that one down.
correct. And then another question here, using AI for the menu creation. This is obviously for a food restaurant. So using AI for a menu creation, where is that? Question mark. I
Mm.
cannot find it using the phone.
You may have to go on your laptop for that one.
Yeah, I was thinking of that too.
Yeah, I've not done that one personally. And if you want to drop me an email, I'll look it up and I'll send that to you. But I bet you might have to go on your laptop for that.
Okay. And then lastly, I may have missed it, but how do I take advantage of the GEO with my business automatically show up on maps?
Oh, interesting. Um, I don't see how you'll get it to automatically show. I think
Mhm.
you'll need the Google Business Profile for that still. But let's talk about GEO, SEO, and AEO. I actually made a diagram. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let's see if that's working. Give me 1 second. Unless Canva's back, but I haven't checked that. All right, I do have a diagram. Yay. Yay. I wasn't going to use this, but I'm going to use it now. Let me share my screen. Let's talk about AEO, GEO, and SEO. All right. Can everybody see that diagram okay?
Yep.
Super. All right, SEO. That's been around for a long time. That's search engine optimization. That's where you want to rank in search results. Doing your Google Business Profile will help that, especially if you have keywords and phrases that people use a lot. That will help that. It's also going to help if you have a website that you've used keywords on. Platforms that are really targeted is Google, Bing, and Yahoo. Content focus is keyword driven, both long and short form. Blogs, social posts, things like that. So that's SEO. AEO, we've talked about a couple times before. That's your featured snippet that appears above on the search. So when you do a search, let's use my bail bondsman near me. The Google profile will probably show up, but also you're going to get an AI snippet that may talk about bail bonds in the area. Or if you ask a question, what do I have to do to get bail in whatever state? So that AI will do an answer to your question up in the top snippet. That's AEO. So how do you maximize that? That's Q&A type things. So you want to make sure you have FAQs, short answers, and bullet lists on your website or your blog posts so that it can answer questions for people that ask about different topics, bail bonds or care facilities or certain types of restaurants. What's the best Szechuan in Detroit? That is where you can potentially show up in the AI snippets. So you want to have FAQs on your website and you want to have lists and short answers built into your content. The newest, latest, greatest term is GEO. And that's where if somebody's on using AI and they're working on AI and they're in ChatGPT, Claude, one of those, and they're asking questions, you want to show up in those answers, right? So this is not a search page. This is actually in the AI itself. So there you're wanting to have AI ready fact-based structure, very paragraph structured responses. And all of these, AEO and GEO, you also want a schema that you can use behind the scenes in your metadata. I know those words, even to me, sound almost like another language. So one thing I've done in our community is I built some GPTs, and I just updated the GPT I had for SEO, AEO, and GEO. You can go in to our free community. There's a course, and in there is about 6 GPTs that you're welcome to use free. And one of those allows you to describe your business, and it will give you SEO, AEO, and GEO recommendations to optimize your content. So that's pretty cool. This has a lot more information, keyword strategies for these, exact match for SEO, long tail questions and answers, local queries for your AEO, and then conversational and branded entries for your SEO. So, GEO. Some of these involve actually having blog posting in your website or public newsletters or things like that to help drive that traffic in these areas. I would say that this is more an advanced feature of digital marketing, but if you already have your business profile all set up and all of that, then this might be something you want to think about doing in the future. So I'm going to stop sharing right now. I hope that was a little helpful. I know that was a lot.
Yeah.
Well, we have other questions, George? We're getting
I think that's it for
running
the
time.
questions. It's 9:58, so we do have a couple more minutes. I don't know if you want to
Well,
add
guess
anything
what?
else.
Canva just came back.
Yeah. If people don't mind, if there's 1 or 2 slides that you want to show on that Canva, that'll take a few minutes. I'm open to that.
Yeah, okay. I'm totally let me see here. Yeah, this was my last. Again, we'll send this out. This is crazy. Lesson learned. You need to back up your stuff. So this is the slide I made about SEO versus AEO versus GEO. So this is a lot easier to read than my big old diagram. So the key for SEO is website copy, backlinks, and load speed. The key for AEO is FAQs and a back-end schema. But if you use my GPT, it'll write the schema for you and tell you where to put it. And then GEOs, blogs, structured content, and fact-based entries, which you can write with ChatGPT. So if you use ChatGPT to do your description, tell it, I'm writing my Google Business Profile description, and I would like to use searchable keywords, high-value keywords in my description. It has to be less than 750 characters. And ask me any questions that will help you write a good Google Business Profile description. It will ask you questions then. Remember to end all of your prompts with ask any questions to help you do this better. And it will ask the questions, and then you answer them, and then it will give you a description. I will tell you that for some reason, all the AI tools are terrible at counting characters and words. As much as I tell them, here's how many words or characters, it usually does not adhere to that. But you can add to it. You can tell it to make it shorter, make it longer. I yell at it all the time for not counting characters. So the other thing I'll leave you with, George, is that, so here's the QR code to join our free community. Again, free. It's also, my YouTube channel has a lot of content on it along these lines. But that's the QR code to join the free community. And then we will be posting, I went live the other day about Black Friday stuff. We have the GPTs you're free to use, and you're going to find some of your other business owners from this group in there, as well as some of my businesses around here in Cincinnati. And you can ask each other questions. You can mingle. It's really great. So click that QR code while it's up there and join the community. That would be amazing. I'll leave that up for a second, George, and then I'll put my review link up there.
Okay, great. And then another quick question. Does the Google reviews impact Google Maps search results placement?
Yes, I believe your entire Google Business Profile will impact that.
Okay.
They show the reviews right there, the number, your average review, and then they usually show the number of reviews. So if I'm looking for a restaurant, I'm looking for a 4.5 or above. But if it has 3 reviews versus 300 reviews, that will greatly impact my choice. If you have no reviews or a low number of reviews, Google will not serve you up as often as it will if you have more reviews.
Okay. All right, good. All right. So I wanted to thank everybody for joining today. Again, our Main Street Connected series on digital marketing using AI and Google to really boost your business. It's a great, again, I'm a small business owner also, in addition to working with Oakland County. It's so important to have that Google business profile current, up to date, and as Janet said throughout her presentation, update it frequently, at least once a month. Probably should do it a couple times a month, and keep on doing it every month. So fantastic presentation, Janet. I appreciate it. And again, as Janet said, any questions, any feedback, please contact her. And I want to thank everybody for joining.
Thank
I
you.
hope you got something out of it. And you know, and I think the big takeaway here is just be on your business. That Google profile is your face to the public, to the community. You want to make sure that you're always on top of it, because you want your business to wear a smile to the community, invite them to come on into your business. So keep it current, and good things will happen. Okay. So
That's
thank you,
right.
everybody. And as a reminder, I will be sending the recording here, and any slides that we have, we'll send that over to everybody that registered. Okay. Thank
Thank
you
you
very
all.
much, Janet. Again, thank you again, and everybody have a blessed week. Okay. Bye-bye now.